This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Started my digital inspection at 10153 Ranchitos Court out here in Lakeside. We're on top of a concrete tile roof. This is a flat concrete tile. And this particular tile is a Monier tile. It's a discontinued tile. The reason it's discontinued is because of this nasty little defect. You can see all these chips on every one of these tiles, and that happens throughout. And so typically when these tiles chip, that's not affecting the waterproofing, but a lot of times what ends up happening is these things chip even higher, and as they go up that channel, then that waterproofing is affected. The other issue that we have is during any kind of roof work, any kind of tear off, a lot of these tiles end up breaking, and because they're discontinued, they're really hard to find. So going with a new tile is going to be on the table for this particular customer. But I want to point a few things out on this roof. It's got a few leaks coming. I'm going to point out where these are all coming from. So we had some slip tiles over here, and we can see just how much damage has been done to all this underlayment. This is the original underlayment that's on this roof. I'd imagine this roof is at least 35 years old. You can see how this underlayment has deteriorated all the way down to the wood decking. So that's the actual wood decking itself. So every time it rains, that water comes down, gets underneath this underlayment, penetrates the wood, also gets underneath this tile pan, and gets stuck. And that's where we get some real issues that are starting to show their faces in the home itself. So I'm going to continue to move around. I want to point a few other things out. Got a big leak coming from this area. I'm going to get to that area as well. But again, you can see how all these chips are happening throughout. We've got some broken tiles over here. Had some tiles that were just kind of placed on top of them, but you can see just how much damage has been done. All this underlayment is completely worn through. Water's been getting underneath that, so there's going to be a lot of wood repair on this section as well. We got this funky little dead valley right here with the torch down material on it. So when we go ahead and do this roof, I am going to recommend that we just replace this section probably with, we'll redo it with either a TPO material or a torch down material, depending on what we want to do here. But this will need to be redone. I want to make sure this is done properly. This is an area where a lot of water just sits. You can see where a lot of these granules are just accumulating. So we want to make sure this gets done right. But again, you can see all these chips. Every one of these tiles chipped. All those are bad tiles. Those are going to need to be replaced. We've got the original mortar caps, mortar sealant around all these penetrations. We're going to be getting rid of that and resealing and reflashing each one of these penetrations. Looks like there might have been another leak over here. The homeowner just went ahead and put a bunch of tiles on top of this as well. But all these mortar flashings are starting to fail. We've got some more slip tiles over here, as you can see. And so anytime I see a slip tile like this, what I can do is just kind of slide it down. It'll show us what the condition of that original underlayment is. So this is the original underlayment on the house. You can see how rusted out all these nails are. You can also see just how brittle this underlayment is. So anytime the underlayment gets to be at that point, it has gone well past its life expectancy and is in need of replacement. Coming over here to this valley, we got a lot of damage over here. You can see that all the underlayment is completely worn away over here. This is just straight wood decking. All this plywood is going to need to be replaced. All that water is also getting stuck underneath this valley metal. Those are major areas of concern. Same thing further down here. You can see all that underlayment has completely worn through. So based off of what I'm seeing, this roof has gone well past its life expectancy. We've got an addition over here that, we shouldn't have to worry about. We can keep that. But the rest of the roof is going to need to be replaced. We can try to save as many of these tiles as possible, but I'm going to highly recommend that this homeowner switches this up to either a shingle roof or we go ahead and replace it with new tile. I'm going to give those options to them. But all these areas need to be fixed. This roof is really gone kind of beyond repair in the majority of the sections. I'll go over some different options with this homeowner, but when we do redo this roof, we're going to tear everything down to the wood decking. That way we can address any kind of bad wood that's on this property. We're going to go ahead and replace the felt underlayment that you've been seeing on this video with a titanium peel and stick underlayment. That's a synthetic, super thick and sticky underlayment that goes directly to the wood decking. It's a self-adhering underlayment. It does a great job of sealing off all the nail heads that go through it. Comes with a limited lifetime warranty from the manufacturer, and that goes along with our lifetime workmanship warranty. Once that's all done, we'll have brand new drip edge along the entire perimeter of the roof. We'll reseal and reflash all the penetrations, and then we'll go ahead and install the tile on top of it. And then at that point, this homeowner will have a new roof that they will not have to deal with again for the foreseeable future. That's it for my inspection.